Boop. Alrighty, so... Oh, I put something on my monitor. Oh well. Video number 4 of the Mad Parrot Bippy's secret to becoming a less fat chick. First 3 videos. Video number 1, exercise. Main takeaway, don't do it for weight loss. Video number 2, food. Main takeaway, automate your food delivery so that you always have healthy shit in the house to eat, and you don't have to think, and you don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to plan. Main takeaway for video number 3. If you are obese, there are probably emotional reasons behind it. If you do not deal with your emotional crap, you are going to yo-yo back up, because if you fundamentally do not feel safe being thin, then you will not stay thin. So, video 4. What is the 4th important key to weight loss, according to the Mad Parrot Bippy? And again, keep in mind, this is what has worked for me. If it does not work for you, then I'm not selling anything. I don't really have any big stake in you doing it my way. Just, do what works for you, but this is what's worked for me. So, number 4, this one is hard for me. This is the one that I have the most work to do on, and this is feedback and momentum. So part of this is get a community of people who are trying to do the same thing and trying to stay healthy and get healthier. There have been a couple of studies that show fat is contagious, and health is also contagious. So if you change, and if you change suddenly and in a large way, there's going to be a pushback reaction from the people around you. They're going to try to push you back into being what you were, because it keeps them comfortable. So having a community around you to help you build momentum, really important. I'm really lucky in that my family is my community, because for me, this is all about, mental stability, mental health, and physical health. And they really don't want me to die, and I got pretty close a couple of times. So I'm not getting pushback reactions from them. But I have gotten pushback reactions when I've lost weight before, and I know how important it is to be around people who actually really do want you to succeed at this. And the feedback. The feedback is really tricky for me. So, if you are an 80-year-old lady and you wear lipstick every day, you are more likely to have a higher quality of life. You are more likely to be healthier than if you do not. That is because if you pay a certain amount of attention to yourself physically with grooming every day, you notice problems a lot sooner. For people who lose a large amount of weight and keep it off, they tend to stick with scales. So they'll weigh themselves once a week and sort of keep track of what's going on. And if things get past a certain point, 10 or 15 pounds, they'll sort of tighten everything back up, and get everything back in line before things get out of control. I have gained and lost 50 pounds and not noticed. Several times. I have a really, really hard time noticing when I'm gaining or losing weight, and it wasn't until I'd lost about 75 pounds that I even saw any difference at all in my face. And I really didn't notice a big difference in losing the 80 pounds until I was at Walmart on Black Friday picking up some groceries and was wearing a dress, and my underpants fell off in line in front of everybody, because apparently I'd lost enough weight that I went from a size 11 underpants to a size 9. And that was really embarrassing. But the fact that I was so out of tune with my body that I just didn't notice was a big deal. So for me, a lot of the feedback, I'm going to probably spend a month, maybe February, where I'm going to try to wear makeup every day for a month. I know that sounds a little weird for weight loss, but there really does seem to be a correlation between doing your hair every day, which I've never done, doing makeup every day, and sort of doing the grooming. It keeps you focused on your physical self, on your body, and it keeps you in touch with what's going on. So, this is going to be a really, really hard one for me. I generally see this as kind of stupid. I was always more of a science nerd than a cheerleader type. And you see, I'm even downplaying it now. I mean, I think of cheerleaders as bimbos, so when I talk about cheerleader type, I'm just completely associating the whole doing my hair every day, doing my makeup every day, and, you know, dressing nicely as stupid and representative of someone who's stupid. And I've met women who do this and they're not dumb. I've met some very sharp cookies who are impeccably groomed all the time. But I definitely have an emotional block there. And I need to get over it because this is going to be a really important thing for me to keep on this track and to stay healthy and to not, you know, lose all of this weight and then gain it all back without even knowing or noticing that I have. So the momentum is really important. That's actually mostly why I step on the scale, is so that I can go, okay, you know, this is making changes and I can see these changes sort of snowballing. You know, every single one of these changes is gathering together and it's leading me to a place that I'd really prefer to be. It's just going to be really, really hard for me personally, and I'm actually going to have to get my emotional crap together on this particular subject. Because I do think it's so stupid and a waste of time. I mean, I fucking hate mornings. You know, I'm perfectly fine if I never wake up before 11 o'clock. You know, hate mornings. So the thought of getting up 20 minutes early to smear crap on my face to try to make me look pretty, like, I'm married, I don't care. You know, my husband, I didn't wear any makeup when the day I got married. Almost never wear makeup, and the earrings are new. Most of the time my earrings are this kind. If they don't screw in or require a pair of pliers and require zero maintenance, I generally don't do it. I have a necklace I usually wear. I'll go 2 months without taking it off. So trying to focus more on that is, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be having a baby hard for me, because I just assume anybody who has that much time to spend on things that I consider that trivial is either a shallow twit or has too much time on their hands. And I know it's not true, because I know people who are, you know, fabulous, intelligent, hardworking people who are incredibly crunched for time, and they are always perfectly groomed. They always have their nails done, they always have their hair done, they always have makeup on. And for them, it's an issue of self-respect and respect for other people. And I'm just going to have to start doing that just so that I should probably stay on that track for about a year, just so I can get used to paying attention to my physical form as something that's important, because it really never has been important to me. For me, you know, I've always said that I would be perfectly okay if you just uploaded my brain into a box. like I want to be the first in line for the second generation of that technology. You know, and if you're a nerdy girl in college, you sort of dress to repress. You know, it's like sweatpants and baggy t-shirts and baseball caps, because otherwise you're harassed constantly. And that was something that I really had an issue with. So I wasn't about to give up my nerddom. You know, I played way too much D&D to ever qualify as a cool kid. And it's just, this is the part that's really going to throw me for a loop. This is the part that I'm going to have to work the hardest on, because I've already spent the last year getting the other 3 parts of this together. But you have to have a feedback mechanism in place. Anytime you have a system, you have to have some sort of feedback mechanism, or things go completely crazy. And for weight loss, that seems to be, you know, grooming, physical focus on your presentation, and just becoming more body oriented. And that is gonna be freaking killer. That's gonna suck. That's gonna be really, really hard. And yeah, it's just part of it. It's what I'm gonna have to do. So that is the 4th part. That's the part I'm struggling with the most. So only focus on one at a time. Make sure that whatever you're doing, you've got as a habit before you start focusing on something else. Don't try to do everything at once, or it won't work. Get your exercise under control. Exercise for a reason that has nothing to do with weight loss. Learn a skill that you like. Use it to balance your hormones so that you don't have to take antidepressants, or you have to take less antidepressants. You know, just find a reason that doesn't involve weight loss, because if you're exercising to lose weight, you're gonna stop doing it eventually because it's boring as shit. Food is great. Food is amazing. I love to cook. Automate your food choices so that you are not in control of your food, because if you're shopping while you're hungry, you're going to make stupid choices. If you're shopping while you're not hungry, you're going to make stupid choices. If you're shopping off of a menu that you printed out of a cookbook or an exercise book or a diet book, eventually that's just going to be really, really restrictive, and it's going to piss you off, and you're going to go off of that. So just have good, healthy, quality food delivered to your house without having to think about it at all. Your emotional crap. If you don't deal with it, you're gonna put the weight back on. There's no two ways about it. And if you don't put the weight back on, you're gonna find another way that's not healthy of dealing with that emotional stuff, because you can't just shove it in a box forever. You have to eventually sit down and deal with it, or it will drive the back of your brain. Your subconscious mind will find a way to express that stuff, and it will not be healthy. And so that's number 3, deal with your emotional stuff. And number 4 is set up a feedback system and a way of tracking your momentum. The most common way that humans seem to do this is through grooming. Grooming is very important. Grooming is extremely important to primates. Like, this is not just a human thing. This is a primate thing. And you just gotta do it even if you think it's dumb and a waste of time. So those are the 4 steps that I've been following. Again, I've lost 80 pounds. It's been pretty easy. Haven't been working too hard on it. This is what I've done, and hopefully this will help you. So if you want to lose a large amount of weight, you know, this is what's been working for me. And I still have some to go. Got a double chin here. You can see quite clearly. I'm not so happy about that. But, you know, I'm at 249 pounds right now. Below 250 for the first time in many, many years. And it's working out. I'm still losing weight, still doing good. So, can't really think of anything else to say, but if this is something that you want to do, you know, best of luck. Let me know if any of this helps. If you have any questions, leave comments. If they're not completely butt retarded, I'll go ahead and reply. And for anybody on YouTube who wants to leave a comment telling me I'm fat, I know. This is not a secret. So that's what I've been doing, and best of luck to you if you want to do it too. Adios.